Naomi here. Welcome to the Yarn Curator podcast. I'm Naomi. Thanks for joining me. I'm just sitting in the car right now. I'm about to go into the LYS down here. It's called Stash, a Place for Yarn, and we moved here about 2 years ago, and I don't really have any friends or anything aside from my coworkers, so I thought I would join the local knit group. I'm sorry, there's a guy doing weed whacking right here, so I'm sorry about the noise in the background if there is any. But yeah, so I thought I would try going to the local knit group out and, seeing if I could meet some people. It doesn't start for about another 20 minutes though. So yeah, it doesn't start for not another 20 minutes. I got off work and I decided just to go ahead and drive down here. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting and I'm nervous, and I know I don't really need to be nervous, because it's just a group of people who also love yarn and all of that good stuff. But it's kind of like inviting yourself over to someone else's lunch table, and it's a group of people who know each other. And I know the yarn shop owner and she's really nice, but I'm kind of an introverted person, especially the older I get, the more introverted I get. So so I'm just filming to say here goes nothing, I guess. And then I guess I'll pop in afterwards and let you guys know how it goes. I also look out a hot mess after work, and so I'm a little self-conscious about my appearance as well. I don't know, I'm being neurotic, which if you know my husband and some of the conversations we have with him, and I'm like, yeah, but this, and this, he's like, Jesus Christ, take a Xanax, calm down. Don't be so neurotic. There's nothing to be nervous about. And I know this, and I know it'll be fine once I get in there, but you know how it is with awkward social settings. So now I'm rambling in a car talking to myself about how nervous I am to go in there. So I'm sure that's super helpful. But yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, I'll check back in with a little bit. I'm going to film a little footage. It's a super cute yarn shop. It's small, but they got good stuff. I'll ask the owner if she doesn't mind if I take some footage while I'm in there as well, which I'm sure will be fine. And yeah, I'll tune back in a little bit. Alright, like I said, guys, I'm just sitting in my car waiting for it to turn to 5:30, because why would I go talk to people early as opposed to arriving on the dot? Like I said, neurotic, crazy, overthinking. This is me. Welcome to my world. But this is the yarn shop right here. Like I said, it's really cute. It's in an old historic bungalow in the downtown area, where I am, without giving it all away. It's off of a really busy road, and it's time for everyone to go home. So this is what I'm dealing with. But yeah. So hey guys, Naomi here. I am just checking back in after I filmed a video yesterday about going to knit night for the first time, and I didn't have a chance after I got home from work after I got home from knit night. It was pretty late, and I ate dinner and just kind of hung out with my husband and unwind, relaxed for the day. And so yeah, I just thought I'd check back in today, talk about that experience. It was interesting. It definitely was a new and different and interesting experience. It was kind of like crashing a party that you weren't invited to, except you were invited to it. You just didn't know any of the guests. I don't know. Does that make sense? I think it was fine though. Everyone was really nice. And yeah, it was just different, getting to know people that you don't know, but at least you had knitting in common, so you could chat about yarn and projects, which we did. And we kind of talked about all the crazy travel we've all done for knitting. So one lady was talking about she was taking 2 back-to-back cruises, and one was a knitting cruise through Australia and New Zealand, and then the second one is not a knitting cruise, but she's cruising back from there through like Tahiti, the South Pacific, Hawaii, and then flying, and it ends in like San Diego, so she only has one long haul flight, which that was pretty neat. I think I'll go back. I do think I'll go back. I think I can make some friends there. There were a few younger people there, newer knitters. There's a woman who I'm pretty sure is a volunteer at my work who was there, who I've never really talked to before, and so I didn't want to be like, are you so-and-so? Because I feel like I know you via my coworker who's our volunteer manager, and yeah, so that was interesting. So if I go back, maybe I'll broach the subject with her if she's who I think she is. And I'm 90% sure a few of the other people there belong to the local guild here, who are one of our nonprofit partners at the museum that I work at. And so they do like spinning and weaving and embroidery demonstrations and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure some of these people were guild members and they didn't know who I am or what I do or where I work, which is fine. We can get to that later as I get to know them. And then I know I said in my video yesterday that I was going to try and film some footage of the inside of the yarn shop while I was there, but I didn't for 2 reasons. One, I was just really trying to immerse myself in the knit night and live in that experience and get to know those individuals. And I knew some of the shop employees. I've never really chit-chatted with them. I had mostly chatted with the owner when I've gone there in the past. So I didn't really know them well. And then 2, I found out while I was at knit night, Kristen, the owner, is no longer the owner of that yarn shop. Not sure what the story is. Didn't ask. All I found out was she wasn't the owner anymore. That just came up in the course of knit night, and so yeah, I'll ask to film another time when I'm in there and do a dedicated visit and let them know that I'm podcasting and all that good stuff. So yeah, in other news though, I'm just, spending some time at my wheel tonight. My husband's working late, so I'm getting some quiet hours in listening to my audiobook and getting some time in at the wheel. So I can show you guys what I'm working on. Just flip this around. So here's my wheel. Not sure how good you can see that right there. It is a Schacht flat iron. I continuing to work on the braid, that braided fiber that I've showed on my other videos. So it's right here, spinning away on it. And I was gonna talk about this in my vlog, but what I'm doing as I spin it is I'm trying to preserve these blocks of color as I go. So when I spin, when I'm drafting, I work from one end over and then back, and I kind of flip the fiber in my hand as I draft it to really try and preserve those color blocks. So yeah, I'm just chugging along trying to get the singles finished, and then I probably won't get these plied by the end of the tour because I really want to let them rest. But yeah, it's been good. I haven't sat at my wheel consistently in a while, so it's good to sit in front of it, get working on that again. And yeah, so this is just gonna be a short little video. I do want to go back down to the yarn shop, down to Stash, and check out what they've got that's new in store. They've gotten some new indie dyers that I want to look at. And then while we were there at knit night, the new store manager was talking about them trying to get some new brands in stock and what we would like to see. So I'm really interested to see who they're going to start carrying in the future. I know she mentioned Quince & Co. Getting some linens in and other Florida-friendly fibers. And basically she said, and I love this, she was like, I basically just went on East Base Tricots or Espace Tricot's website and looked at what they stock, and we're just going to copy a lot of that. And I was like, yes, 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 please. I doubt they'll get this, but if you could please get some of the nightshades, sign me right up. And for those of you who don't know, Espace Tricot is a very successful yarn shop in Canada, but I'm sure you all know that already. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see some change there, some new yarns. Just off the top of my head from when I've gone there before, they're one of the few shops around me that carry Hedgehog, the Fiber Seed, who's a local dyer to this area, Barocco, I believe they have Koigu, I believe they have some Shibui now, who's this, Skassel, however you pronounce that. Those are the big ones off the top of my head. They have some other smaller ones. It's not a huge shop, by any means. Malabrigo, but I'm excited. They're gonna start carrying some new indie dyers. They had a couple new indie dyers in there that I hadn't seen before. Sunshine Dye Works, as well as I can't remember the other indie dyer. It started with an M. I wish I could remember it. I looked at it right when I was leaving at the end of the day, and I was like, ooh, this was really pretty. So yeah, I think I'll go back. I don't know if I'll go every week, because that's a very long day. I go to work, and then I pretty much leave from work and drive down there and go to the yarn shop. And then I get home at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night after driving back. So that's like a 14-hour day with work included in it. And I don't have to stay for the entire knit night, but you know how it is. It's kind of awkward being like, all right, bye now. While everyone else is still sitting there knitting. Am I the only person who's neurotic about this stuff? Someone tell me, please tell me I'm not alone in this neuroses and rambling. And if you've made it to the end, I truly appreciate this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about your knit nights? You know, how did it feel adjusting to your first knit night and getting to know people in your knit group and all of that good stuff? I'm really curious to see what you have to say. So please comment down below, or shoot me a message. Yeah, that's all I have to say. If you like this video, if you like my podcast, please feel free to like and subscribe down below. If you want to follow me on other avenues of social media, I am House of Cardigans on Ravelry. Feel free to send me a friend request. And I am the Yarn Curator on Instagram. So thanks so much for sticking around, you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. I should also rename this the Talks with Her Hands All the Time podcast, because I've noticed going back and editing, it's like